Hi, I'm Caroline Williams from the Texas Chain Saw Massacre 2. You're watching HWWS Web TV. Who are you hanging with?
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hanging With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on or tuning in, or they click links or their buttons, and this the internet. It's crazy out there.
Dropping out, dropping acid, just
whatever you did to get in the seedy part of town.
Yeah.
Welcome. That's where we are, because we're hanging out right now with actress Caroline Williams.
Hi,
Thank
hi,
you,
GW.
Caroline. Thank you so much for coming on today. Wow. So here you are, sunny Florida.
I am.
Yes, and we are at Fantasm, Orlando.
Yes, we are. Lovely, beautiful Orlando.
It is gorgeous outside, which is why they stuffed us all inside.
Exactly, the Rosen Shingle Creek Resort. It's
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous out there.
Yeah.
Golf course right on the. When you drive in, you're watching them play golf. It's
with giant lakes.
Yes.
That have alligators in them, I'll bet.
I'm positive of it.
I wonder if that's where the alligator on the menu
comes from. If the chef is really that hands-on.
I've heard screams in the night.
This is a horror convention.
If you're alligator
it really kind of happens
fishing,
anyway.
Right? I don't know.
No one's gonna know.
It
here.
goes.
Anything goes. So, I tell you what. You guys will remember Caroline
from the Texas Chain Saw Massacre.
Ha. Two.
But I love Return of the Night of the Living Dead.
Which is a lot to say all at once.
And I think it's important when horror fans love other horror films.
It is.
And appreciate them and enjoy them.
And this is the fans in this community are amazing.
And the reunion at this show this weekend
this
for
old
Return,
home day back there.
It's Old Home Week. This is a
awesome.
reunion. And the fact, I don't know if they're screening the movie this weekend. I don't know.
I know there's some film showing.
It's
she's
probably
saying, yes,
on the
behind
schedule.
The camera, they're telling us that it's going to happen.
You don't want to miss that. I recently was in LA. I went to the Egyptian Theater. I saw a fully restored 35 millimeter print of Return of the Night of the Living Dead. I enjoyed it probably more than I enjoyed it the first time I ever saw it.
Wow.
Because my big go-to in that film will always be Linnea Quigley as Trash. Number one, you see her in situations that other actresses then or now have not been in. And number two, she is the Maria Callas of Scream. I
like that. That's cool.
It's perfectly descriptive and it's absolutely true. And her encyclopedia of screams is unlike anything that you will ever hear.
What drew you to horror? Were you
In part,
a fan?
George Romero,
okay,
who was the first Night of the Living Dead.
Yep.
You know, Romero is one of the godfathers of horror. I started out with the Universal Monsters, George Romero. I saw the first Texas Chain Saw Massacre 2 at the Texas OU weekend football game in Austin, Texas in 1974. Somebody was projecting it on a sheet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that was 12 years before I would star in the sequel.
In the sequel, yeah. So
filmmakers like those, you know, Tobe Hooper, George Romero, the Vincent Price, William Castle movies.
Look, anything Vincent Price does, as long as he can talk, we're good.
I
mean, that man
like the cooking.
He creeps you out just by saying stuff.
Yeah.
And you walk away from a Vincent Price film thinking, oh my gosh. Because he feels like it's one of just his voice. He feels like he believes everything he says.
And he does.
And no matter how creepy it is.
Completely.
Whether it's The Fly or it's the Wax Museum.
Anything. My favorite Picture of Dorian Gray. Picture of Dorian Gray was always my big moment. I also loved Laura, which is an extraordinary classic of the noir genre.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Vincent Price, before he entered horror in the 50s, he was a very respected stage and film actor. And in the film Laura, with Clifton Webb and Gene Tierney, he has a very elegant role. If you've never seen that film, I urge you to see it.
Absolutely.
Because it's remarkable.
So, what was your break into horror? What was your first experience on set?
It was the Texas Chain Saw Massacre.
Really? That was your very first time?
My very first.
Wow.
I had only started my career a couple of years before that with Louis Malle, who was a famed French director. He had done Atlantic City, Au revoir les enfants. We did a movie called Alamo Bay with Ed Harris and Amy Madigan, which was a wonderful, wonderful film. I went in, and it's a very cool story. I went to go read. They auditioned actresses from LA and New York, about 450 actresses.
Wow.
And I went in, and there were only 2 lines of dialogue. They live on fear, they live on fear.
Okay, so 400 actresses are lined up to say 2 lines.
Oh, no. They're in LA and New York.
Oh,
there
okay.
were about 14 in Austin when I read for Tobe and Kit. And they were running up on their start date, so they had to get this done. So I look at the script, it's all action. It's her running down the hallway screaming. She barricades herself in the ice house, and she says, they live on fear, they live on fear. That's the audition. And girls go in, and girls come out. And girls go in, and girls come out.
At what point do you
it's
just have to say to yourself,
silent.
what am I doing here?
I went to the end of the hallway. I told the casting director, I'm going to run in working, make sure they're ready. I ran screaming down the hallway into the audition room. I slammed the door. I pulled the chairs out from under Tobe and Kit. I piled the chairs in front of the door, and I backed into a corner of the room going, they live on fear, they live on fear. And of course,
Best audition ever.
it's one of the best known audition stories in the history
That's awesome.
of anything. So
That is awesome.
that's how I got hired.
She got method in like 4 minutes. She's like, oh, something's got to happen. Bam, right now.
Well, I knew because they were looking for an action actress.
They wanted to see that motion.
They wanted to see somebody who was willing to go balls out.
That's awesome.
And that's what I did.
That is awesome. Best set story. Best set moment.
Story.
Yeah.
There's so many. There's so many. I hate to
A
go.
horror film has got to be a fun set to be on.
It's the funnest and best set ever. One of the fun set stories I have is from Hatchet III, which was written by Adam Green, created by Adam Green. The entire Victor Crowley series was created by Adam Green. My installment, number 3, was directed by B.J. McDonald, who's remarkable. We were shooting in Louisiana. We were shooting in the bayou. We were out,
She's no stranger to gators.
I'm not a stranger to gators.
No.
And gator cousins, and the gator cousins were in Louisiana, and the Grips and Gaffers had built a pen. And they had been hand catching all these gators. And they put the gators in the pen. And they were catching the gators by tossing marshmallows into the bayou.
Wait, marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
See, that is a little known gator thing, apparently marshmallows.
Gators like marshmallows.
All
Now
right,
you
I'm
know.
there. Now you know.
Now you know. One of the gators was a little bit bigger than the other gators. And so we go to shoot our scene and we come back. There's only one big gator left.
No,
And
really?
he'd gotten a whole lot bigger.
A whole lot.
He ate all those,
Wow,
he
okay.
ate the baby marshmallow gators.
That again. See these horror sets. They get a little method. When you can't act scared, they bring gators.
But see, that was meta.
That
was
really
meta because we went straight from Orlando gators
to
off the golf course to Louisiana gators.
Well, Orlando gators, they're just kind of chill because they're used to the golfers. They're like, yeah, whatever. But like Louisiana gators, those are serious. They hunt you.
They eat marshmallows.
They eat marshmallows.
GW, I thank you.
Thank you so much.
This was so fun.
Guys, we are at Fantasm Orlando all weekend long. We're going to say thank you to our partners and friends at Famous Faces and Funnies, Space Coast Comics, Indie Originals, Josh Bauer at J. Bauer Art for all these great pieces on our set this
Beautiful
weekend.
art.
Fantastic art. We want to thank the Cobbler Emporium and Embellish Effects, the Foxwood Wine Company for our comfy chairs, because when you're on your feet at a con all weekend,
nice.
This is awesome.
These are club
Yes.
chairs. They
Thank
call
you
them club
to our
chairs.
friends at Hearts Helping Others of Central Florida. They're helping families all over Central Florida, Krypton Radio. And of course, our new friend, Sherry, with Sherry's Bright Ideas.
Oh
who
my God.
Let us get this lamp,
Oh my
a Scooby-Doo lamp for the set. Isn't this great?
Is somebody going to win this
move.
weekend?
Oh, I hope so.
Or what about an auction?
Oh,
You can do
awesome.
a million things.
That's right,
You could
guys.
throw marshmallows at it.
And then gators will chomp at the
come.
marshmallows. It's a
Scooby!
thing. We've been hanging out with actress Caroline Williams. Guys, thank you for logging on and tuning in. Come back for more to see who we're hanging with next. Thank you so much,
How
Caroline.
fun was this? That was so